At the beginning of this week, you are going to have one of the weirdest experiences of your life. My gorgeous Torrini, you need to listen to this. At the beginning of this week, you're going to have such a weird, bizarre, a strange, completely out of this world experience. Like, this experience is going to be so weird. Okay, like completely weird. And the bottom line is, it's not about, this weird experience, but it's about what are you going to become aware of. What are you going to see? What are you going to come across? What are you going to find out? This is going to be mind-blowing. You are going to feel something in your soul that you've never felt before. You're going to feel something within your spirit that you never felt before. And this in itself means only one thing. This in itself is going to be directly connected to your destiny, and that in itself means that at the same time you're going to become so determined to do something. This is going to be the greatest determination of your life ever, and it's gonna happen in the weirdest possible way, where you are gonna first of all go through this such a weird experience, but the bottom line is it's about this determination. What are you gonna see? What are you gonna come across? It's like, oh my God, it's gonna really kind of help you to reconnect with yourself through your own passion. And this is all what this life is about. This is all what this world is about. To finding your passion in this world and take it as far as you possibly can. That's the only way to succeed. That's the only way to be happy. Okay, so what this weird experience that you are going to have, it's going to bring such an important clarity into your life. It's going to open your eyes. It's going to bring such an amazing determination, initiative. It's going to make you even active, like almost immediately. They're going to be like all sorts of ideas. You're going to feel so excited, and now suddenly you're going to elevate yourself to the point where you're going to start like feeling your future in such a vivid way. And this means that you're reconnecting yourself with yourself after such a long time, because you've been through so much, my gorgeous Torrini, over the last few years. So this in itself is going to be your turning point. This is absolutely brilliant indeed. So this is going to not only make you such a great determination, but then you're going to start having all sorts of ideas. You're going to start feeling excited. You're going to start feeling excited about yourself, about your present moment, what you're going to do, how you're going to do things. There are all sorts of plans are going to be on your mind. But and you're going to become so optimistic about your future. And you have no idea what do you do to yourself at that moment in time. You heal yourself. You're sent. You heal yourself, and that in itself really kind of means that at the same time you are going to find yourself on such a powerful spiritual quest. This is so important, And also, you are going to feel a little bit of insecure, and you are going to feel a little bit of a doubt and a little bit of a suspicion, unfortunately, only because, there is also going to be a sudden collapse of certain plans. And this in itself is going to happen completely unexpectedly. Now, when you become aware of which plans are going to collapse, what you're going to pay attention to and what you're going to realize is that you're not feeling bad, you're not feeling negative, you're not feeling sad. In fact, you feel completely opposite. And this is when things are going to start changing for you, because almost as you're going to feel like normally you would be like, oh my God, I'm so sad, this plan's collapsed, blah, blah, blah. No, baby, no. Normal, you see, this would be normal reaction. But now you're going to realize something very specific about yourself, because you're going to start seeing this as some kind of a burden, actually. And this means that you are reaching an integral part of your spiritual journey. And this is all going to happen completely unexpectedly, and it's all gonna lead towards you really kind of wanting to learn something very, very specific. Something very specific is already going to be on your mind here that you will want to learn like there is no tomorrow. And that particular thing that is going to be on your mind that you want to learn, it's very connected to that weird experience, you see. This is the direct result of that weird experience that you're going to have, which is going to make you feel so determined. And this is all going to lead towards you, all at the beginning of the week, just knowing exactly that there is something that you're going to read up, something that you're going to need to learn, something that you're going to need to get to know. Because there is a very much so an element, very big element of unknown, which is about to step in, which is going to make you feel indecisive. But you must not let that to take the better of you, my gorgeous Taurini, because what's happening right now, you are really pretty much so at the beginning of a very, very special journey in your life, where you are gonna become aware of a mind-blowing prospect. It's like, oh my God, and it's all gonna reflect on your happiness, it's all gonna reflect on your optimism, it's all going to reflect on your energy, and also now suddenly you're gonna feel how much you want to reconnect with people, how much you want to go out there, how much you want to be around people, be surrounded with the people, that people in general are going to be on your mind quite a lot, and you're going to have this great sense of urgency. I say great sense of urgency because now suddenly you are going to realize how much you're missing out in life, but you're also going to realize that that this life doesn't last forever, because at the same time there is some kind of news and indication that you're going to have, which is going to make you aware of someone, and that particular person, what you're going to become aware of, it's like how precious this life is, and how for not very long time we are going through this spiritual journey, and then we kind of go and then we move on, and this is all going to really be playing such an important role in your life, on your spiritual journey. And at the same time, my gorgeous Taurini, you know what else I was going to say? That somebody very, very special, it's about to enter your life. Somebody very, very special, it's about to enter your life. This particular person, it's about to enter your life at the time when you least expected. And it's almost as if you see someone and you see that person in one way, like interesting person, but then you're suddenly going to start talking to that person, and you're going to really feel something very special. You're going to feel something very specific. That person is going to bring the best out in you, and you will want to see that person again. You will want to talk to that person again. You will want to connect and reconnect to that person again, because for some reason that person is going to make you feel alive again. I'm not saying that you didn't feel alive, but you will see it's also going to be a major part in you realizing like how much you're missing out in life. And that in itself, it's when you come across this person, when you meet this person, this is going to help you so much to understand something very specific about yourself, especially when it comes to walking away from something, moving away from something, exploring things and enjoying this life, like while you can. You know what I mean? And also, by the time you get to the actual mid part of this week, you are really going to find yourself, there is someone who is going to trigger this. There is someone who is going to get in touch with you. Someone from your past, a long time ago. That person may get in touch with you, or you're somewhere on the internet, or somehow you see the person from a long time, from your past, from a long time. Somehow you are going to be reminded of this specific person who you used to know like a long time ago. And it's not about that person, but but it's about what is actually going to be triggered within you as soon as you see that person. You are going to feel like a little bit of like a kind of, you're going to be thinking about certain memories. You're going to start feeling a little bit nostalgic, but then again, it's more about some kind of past influence that it's going to take over. There is something really wise that you are going to understand and realize about yourself and about your life, and most importantly about your practicality. You need to work on practicality, but also you're going to realize that you need to work on why do you feel so restrained. You're going to realize through that particular person in your past, you're going to realize about your past, but you're also going to understand and remember how things used to be. And there is something else that you're going to remember that you completely forgot. Almost it's like a bit of like a secret, sacred formula that you're going to be able to remember, which is going to bring so much happiness into your life almost like instantly. But the bottom line is, this is going to be the moment in time where you are going to set yourself free, because right now it's going to be absolutely obvious what is really holding you down, and what has been holding you down, my gorgeous Taurini, for so long. And this is all going to lead towards like you really kind of realizing something about yourself, some kind of desires. You're going to realize what you want exactly, and that in itself, it's all about you kind of recognizing very special abilities about yourself. This in itself, it's really going to make you aware of what exactly do you need to do when it comes to starting the process of the actual ultimate change in your life. What you're doing right now, you're making a huge investment into your future without you even realizing, by doing those things that you instantly feel connected to through your emotions, through your feelings and things like that. So this is not only going to bring an ultimate change in your life, but you are making some kind of a massive decision here, a really brave move, a really brave step, which is not only going to bring you like reward and success into your life, but you're also going to be admired by the people who you want to be admired by. Not only people in your life that mean to you a lot, but also people who you want to be noticed by are going to be, hello darling, right there. So this is brilliant, because at the same time, as I said, you are making a really, really wise investment here. And also, at the same time, what you're going to remember at around the midweek, you know, there was like a pretty much so, very much so, that's a great vocabulary, Sasha. Sorry. No, at around the midweek, you know, like this is going to be such a deep week, but an important week, you know, because there is something that really disappointed you. My God, this is so deep, my gorgeous Taurini. I mean, we are really kind of going back now quite a few times, you know, but something that really kind of disappointed you within the last 9 months in particular, also something disappointed you so much. And maybe you were working on something and it didn't work out, and then that kind of really kind of created lots of chaos and confusion in your life. Something happened to you within the 9 months. Maybe you started something and it just didn't work right. Maybe you began something, you started something, and then you realize, oh God, you know, like you just moved on from it really abruptly, or something really abrupt happened and you just like kind of moved on from something that means to you so much that you shouldn't have moved on, but it doesn't matter now anyway. I can see it here. So something drastic happened to you within the last 9 months that it resolved in you having a chaos and confusion in your life. And this in itself now, it's going to make you aware of, like there is some kind of news or phone call that you're gonna get, or a message where you will know that there is something that's left unfinished at around that situation within the last 9 months. So you have to work on this. You have to dissect this. You have to make a relevant and important adjustment, because this is gonna catch up with you. So there was something left unresolved, an unresolved issue here. Okay, this is very important to resolve. Okay, very, very important to work work on, because it's to do with an unfinished business that you have to do something about it. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Taurini, you know, I like this so much because you are really going to become aware of this accomplishment. It's something that you have been working on and something that means to you so much. And this is in itself going to put a big smile on your face, and it's going to give you confidence. And this accomplishment, which is going to give you a confidence, it's also more about you kind of understanding how are you going to solve a certain problem out when it comes to one specific person in your life. You still need to work on this particular problem. You need to get closer. So it's someone whom you kind of fallen out with. I mentioned that person before. Maybe this is like a family member, somebody who loves you so much and you love that person, so this is all kind of crazy and nonsense. Or, you know, it's like it's like a maybe like a really great friend, you know, but it's maybe like a somebody who maybe you didn't have necessarily argument, but maybe you just drifted apart, you know, but then you just didn't know what to do about it. For some reason, this accomplishment that it's going to give you confidence, you know, for some reason this accomplishment is going to give you confidence in order to actually talk to that person. You need to talk to one specific person in your life, and that's exactly what you're going to do. And once you talk to that specific person in your life, whether you've fallen out with that person with a bit of an argument, it's all silly and stupid, or whether you just drifted apart, but you should get closer because this is someone really prominent in your life. For some reason, this is going to give you confidence to reconnect, which exactly is what you're going to. But the bottom line is that once you reconnect with that person, oh my God, there is some kind of motivation that you're going to get. There is something very successful going on in that person's life. What that person is doing, it's like becoming very big and it's becoming very successful. Maybe this is like a business person, business oriented. Whatever this person did and is doing, it's successful, and it's perfectly gonna be matching what is in your life, in your situation, and what is exactly in your mind and what destination you want to reach. So there is a very important motivation that you're going to get and gain once you connect with that person. And this motivation is going to be absolutely everything, because at the same time you are also planting a very powerful spiritual seed here. Okay, tiny little spiritual seed, which is most importantly going to become the biggest oak in the forest, the most powerful oak in the forest already by the end of November 2023. By the end of November 2023, your life is going to be completely different. There are going to be things that you will have that you don't have now. There is a life that you're going to enjoy that you could only dream about right now. But you have to stay persistent. You have to stay consistent. And you need to remember that that is necessary to maintain pace in your life. And this is exactly what's happening right now. This little seed is going to become something absolutely giant, something absolutely enormous indeed. And this is something that you have to be aware of. And also, my gorgeous Taurini, at around the end of the week, you know, you are going to have a very kind of interesting sign as well. This interesting sign that you are going to have, it's all going to be about an interesting realization. Now, first of all, you're going to have an interesting realization. First of all, you're going to have an interesting realization, and then you're going to have a really mind-blowing sign when it comes to that interesting realization. That interesting realization, it's more about what's dominating your life and what has been dominating your life. But this is going to be the first time in your life that you're going to realize this. So it's important to release this huge amount of negative energy, because that is the time when you're also going to release yourself from this bondage, something that was keeping you down. And it's clearly going to show you exactly what do you need to commit yourself to. Okay, my gorgeous Taurini, I love you all so much. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.